go.
Hello. What brings you in today?
As you already know, my name is Melanie Davis, and I'm a college student. I'm a senior. I'll be graduating in June.
Okay.
And I'm an aspiring attorney, so I applied for law school, of course, and I took the LSAT. But on my LSAT score, it's a possible 180, and I got a 139, which is highly low for going to law school.
Okay.
So my number one dream law school is Elon, and their mean score of people that are there is about like 150, and mine is totally less, 11 whole points. And I sent in my application, and now they want to interview. But I was like the worst interviewee ever, so I'm just nervous about that, which has led to anxiety, which has basically ultimately led to me having a drug problem with marijuana.
Okay.
So it's just, I'm going through these things and I just don't know what to do with my life anymore. It's just, should I go to law school? Should I not? Am I going to get in? Am I going to do well in the interview? But it just led to this drug problem. And I know society and everybody says that marijuana's not bad, but I don't want to start being addicted to it and leave that, saying that I don't need to face my problems and go straight to drugs. So these are all the things that I'm dealing with right now.
Okay. So you said that you have an interview coming up. Okay, so do you think that you're taking marijuana because you're nervous about the interview?
Okay. I'm basically nervous about the interview because I'm just not a good interviewee. And the reason why is because something about the interview, it's so serious. Because law school is serious, so it's not a joking matter.
Right.
And I don't want anybody to go in there judging me. Something I slip up and say something wrong, and now they're judging me. I just don't know what to do.
Okay, well, what makes you think they're going to judge you?
Because I know what to say in my mind, but it's just when I come out, it's just bobbled. It doesn't sound right.
Right.
And I have a lot of many attributes that will qualify me for and be a student at Elon, but I just feel like I'm just gonna bundle jobble that up, and it's gonna come out, and they're just not gonna pick me because they're like, oh, well, she's not even a good speaker. How is she gonna do well in law school? She's gonna be a good lawyer.
Right.
So
have you done any interviews before?
Well, during my sophomore year, I think I was like 19 or 20. For a whole year, I worked at the Gap, and I had an interview for that.
Okay.
And I thought I did really well since I got the position, got a job, stayed there for like a year and a half, and was one of the top employees that worked there.
Right.
So I feel like that was a really good interview.
So what in that interview made you feel like it was a good interview? What do you think what might have been one of the reasons that they chose you?
Well, I went in there with an optimistic person. I was an optimistic attitude. Like, I know I'm going to come in here, and I know I'm going to get this job, and it's nothing that's going to go wrong that's going to make me not get this job, because I know I'm good for this position. I have cashier experience, and I know I'm going to get it. I came in there with a nice attitude. I was friendly. I was smiling, and I had a nice, positive attitude, and that's what led me to get that job.
Okay. So why don't you take that same positive attitude that you had for that job and maybe apply it to this interview for the law school position?
Because the Gap versus something that's going to lead me to my career, like law school, is two different levels. Like, the Gap is here and law school is there.
Right.
So it's two different personalities and two many different atmospheres that I'm just not comfortable with. I'm comfortable with the Gap. Okay, if I don't get it, there's many other jobs around here, but this is law school. If I don't get it, means not many other people are going to take me with the LSAT score that I have.
Right.
I don't want to wait a whole other year and take it over again. I don't want to do that.
That's
I want to get into law school now, because this is my last chance.
Well, let's think about the positive things that were on your application that might have led to you getting to this interview, instead of just focusing on that one negative thing at the LSAT score. What positive things about yourself would make you even a candidate for an interview?
Well, I was in college, and right now, I'm qualified as an honor student
Right.
because I have about a 3.7 GPA out of a possible 4.0.
Okay.
I had a very nice recommendation letter for a judge. I did a little internship when I was in high school, senior high school, and he works in the, he resides in the 6B district, so I had a very nice, recommendation letter from him.
Right.
And also, in multitude of organizations and clubs and, societies in my college, and I'm in little leadership roles, like maybe president in one thing and treasurer in one, second vice president and something else. So those are really shine. I know the cherry on top of the sundae would just be a great LSAT score, and I just didn't get it. I messed that up.
Well, why don't we practice doing a sample interview? That would take some of the nervousness away.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pretend to be an admissions director at Elon College, and you can just pretend to be yourself and just think back to that person that you were, the optimistic person that you talked about that did that gap interview, and just apply some of those same optimism and positive attitudes about yourself to this interview. Okay?
Right.
So now we're gonna pretend. Okay? So, hi, Ms. Davis. I'm Ms. Grant. I'm an admissions director here at Elon Law School, and I want you to tell me about yourself.
Okay. Well, as you all already know, my name is Melanie Davis, and I am coming out of North Carolina A&T State University. I'm a senior there right now,
Okay.
and I was applied at Elon College and the law program. And I feel like I will be a good person for this program because I'm a determined and motivated individual. And when I set my mind to something, I'm going to complete it. So one of my main goals is to graduate from this law school, and pursue and pass the bar degree and pursue a career as a district attorney.
Okay.
So that's just a little couple things about me.
Okay. So what kind of leadership qualities do you possess?
Well, I was voted last year when I was a junior. I was voted president of the student council. So, during the student council, it was election year. Of course, we just had election year passed. And part of the student council worked with the Young Democrats.
Right.
And I was, I organized some rallies, got some Democratic speakers to come, and it was a very successful, successful campaigns, campaigning for Barack Obama was successful, and highlighted in the paper, they had how they mentioned my name and how I was doing so well with the Young Democrats and the Student Council. So those are some of the leadership positions I possess.
Okay. Well, let's cut the role play right there. Okay. So how did you feel doing that role play?
Well, I felt comfortable. That's the main thing. I came in here and from talking, I felt comfortable. That's the biggest thing. I wasn't nervous because I was comfortable. I was comfortable in the environment I was in.
Okay.
So I think if I just take that same mentality into the office of the admissions director, then I should do fine. But I don't know.
Now, as far as your substance abuse problem goes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer you out to a substance abuse counselor, and they can focus more on, what has led to your drug. Well, I know that your depression and your anxiety has led to your drug abuse, but I'm going to refer you to them to have them, talk you down and just make sure you can just get off those drugs, and you can be a better student.
Thank you.
So I just think that, you seem to do okay in your role play, and you got some of the nervousness away, some of the nervousness out.
Definitely.
So do you have anything else you want to talk about before we end this session today?
No, I feel like this was a very productive session, and I gained a lot. I gained a lot about myself and about, just dealing with my issues.
Okay. Well, what I want you to do is a little bit of homework for me before you come to your next counseling session.
Okay.
I want you to go home and just think about all the positive attributes about yourself. Just write those down, okay? And by doing that, that'll make you feel better about yourself. And then also you can use those same attributes that you have written down and apply those to your interview.
Okay.
Okay? All Thank you, Ms.
All
Davis.
right, thank you, Ms. Grant.